Whenever I would say anything about what my expectations for the future are or what I want to do, I would quickly realize that I say a lot of things which are not quite right. The thing about the future is, well, it hasn't happened yet, and I have no idea what actually will happen in the future. I have some ideas of what could happen, I have some ideas of what probably won't happen, but I don't actually know anything concrete. My actual plans for the future are very much vague and difficult to put into words, so whenever I try to, I usually fail. I get the big picture stuff right, but whenever I listen to it again, I notice that there's a lot of inconsistencies and mistakes, including what my place in that future will be. I talk about, having big dreams and wanting to do big things and change the world in some way, but I don't actually know how I will change the world. You could think that one of the best ways to change the world is to become a specialist, to pick a problem and then focus all of your energy on solving it. But I don't think that would work out for me. I have a couple decades of activity left in me, but within those couple decades I can probably become a specialist in one, maybe two topics. And if it so happens that somebody else solves that problem, or for some reason I can't really deal with that problem despite it being my specialty, well then I would have wasted my life. Knowledge is really important and nobody has more knowledge on a topic than a specialist. But the thing is, specialists are already out there on every single topic you could come up with, and if knowledge was all it took, then every single problem we have would have been long solved. But it isn't, because there are other things in the way of solving the problems than knowledge. One of the biggest ones I believe in is luck. You need to get lucky. You need to have the knowledge, the skills, the money, everything in the right place and in the right time. And that's the only way a problem will be solved. So with that said, my approach is, since I don't know what the future holds, and I don't know which places I will be at what time, and which knowledge and what skills I will need, I will try everything, or as much as I'm capable of learning. I'll become a generalist. I will avoid the path of specialty. I'll make sure that I have the tools necessary to reach the specialist when the time comes, but because I don't know if the problem I will be solving will be in housing or logistics or energy or law or anything else, I cannot risk specializing in the wrong one, since I only have one life. I cannot make a mistake of that scale. I need some really careful risk management. That means I have trouble committing to things which I think might not pay off if this direct path doesn't work. I usually like to do things which will pay out in at least a couple of different ways, no matter what the outcome is. And the things I really like are things which are universally useful. Things like economics, psychology. Anywhere you have things and people, those will be useful. So when I talk about my big dreams of changing the world or becoming a better person, well, those dreams are not very precise at all. I want to be a better person, but what does that mean? Do I want to learn another language? Maybe. Do I want to be physically strong enough to fight off a bear? Maybe. Do I want to have enough money to buy out a country? Maybe. I probably will have to do a bit of all of them, which is fine by me. There used to be this idea of a Renaissance man, a person who has a variety of skills. You could also call that person a jack of all trades or a polymath. It really doesn't matter. The point is, those people hone their skills without any specific direction. They simply learn as much as they can, and then when a problem arises, they check their toolbox, they check their knowledge, and hopefully something comes out. Their odds of solving specific problems are lower than specialists, but their odds of solving any random problem are much higher. I think knowledge is not only cumulative, but also multiplicative instead of additive, which means instead of running into diminishing returns as you try to get deeper and deeper into a topic, you actually skim off the top. You get everything that is nice and accessible, and then you don't waste time on the things which are hard to learn. This obviously limits you quite a lot, but it's still a useful approach, and it's also very compatible with another idea of mine, which is that the point of being a person is to experience life. There are people who believe that we've been created by the universe to observe itself. And while I don't know if that's true, I know for a fact that I can observe, and I don't intend to waste that ability. I will keep looking. Maybe one day I'll find a sign. Maybe one day I'll find an opportunity that is worth capitalizing on. Until then, I'll be honing my skills, and I have to just hope for the best.